Welcome back, dear viewer, and welcome back to some more Pathologic. Um, yeah, here again. Oh, oh god, I hate this place so much. Alright, so, yeah, this time I'm gonna make it fast. I'm gonna go to the point. Because this game is kind of a slow-paced, yeah, whatever this is. Horror adventure, I guess? Or thriller. Yes, it's more of a thriller adventure. Um, we need to be over there, so I hope people are not going to think like, dude, what just happened? What kind of shit did I just watch? Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Normally people would cut that first part out and then make a separate video, but I just did it in one video because I hate making people wait, and I know that people are waiting to watch this. Some people even watch my Area 51 videos now, which is kind of weird. I didn't expect anybody to watch. Sci-fi lovers and stuff like that. I do it for them. Alright. Yeah. Is she coming towards me? No, she's going away. Alright, so people are gonna ask, like, kind of, hmm. What kind of a clip did I just watch? Exactly, you don't know. But you like it for some reason. It's awesome, it's great. Good stuff. I already said this looks like Inside. But it feels so, like, ugh. I've already been here so many times. Explored there, looked at that things. Nothing special. Yeah, not gonna comment about that. I was like, people can beat my ass at that game. Oh yeah, and also her. She scared me the first time. I didn't. Well, oh, that's loud. I hope you can hear it. Let's see if you can. Yeah, kinda. Alright. Um, yeah, she blends in so well, you see? Right there. She blends in so well. Alright. Um, I should stop making videos for haters. So let's do
I'm
this.
afraid it's natural. Simon was doomed.
Yes, I know. Um, sorry, cough. Still a little bit sick. I seem to have lost any capacity for observation. My mind is out of tune. Things no longer add up. Before I had no trouble forming a trustworthy tessellation out of the most imperceptible contingencies. Now I simply cannot get my head around it. How? Sorry. Could it be that I'm dying? Hmm. This is gonna be a long conversation, so get ready, you, my dear readers. See, I probably destroy people's minds when I put text in like that. Now they watch things with text in them, so yeah, I guess I make people love reading, I guess. The step air is too is way too thick. I think that's what causes it. It happens when people are tired. You probably haven't slept for a while, have you? Yes, it definitely means you're about to die. Mm-hmm. Yep, that one. Oh, okay. So it does work if you hold it, nothing happens. So lucky me. It happens when people are tired. Let's see. This is it. Oh no, Herba Tiffany is a blossom. I grant you, I grant you, it's a blossom. I grant you, but then it blossoms every year. Every year the steppe is filled with its stupefying vapors. The issue I'm having, however, has nothing to do with the fatigue or flexiblicity. It is just that I've lost my ability to make distinctive events coincide. Everyone has that ability. What herb is that? Herb, yeah. This is still a difficult word for me. There are gonna be two more, so well, yeah. No matter what preternatural traits. Oh god. The locals ascribe to it twire. It's all heady aroma, a bunch of superstitions, and remarkably little else. It has psychoactive properties after a fashion, but then so does simple wormwood. Visions causes by ingestion of belladonna or jimsonweed are much more fascinating than what Dwyer has to offer. Yeah, Dwyer. Jimson weed. I wonder who's going to, since marijuana is going to be legal, I wonder who's gonna, make marijuana mint cigarettes or something like that. You know what I mean? Who's going to make a company like that? It's a pity I'm not a botanist.
There are
Botanist.
unseen connections looking through the capricity and tenuity that the world seems to be made of.
So, you have traveled all the way here, only to find that both people you wanted to see were brutally murdered. Is this how the story goes? I do hope that your visit is not in any way related to these most unfortunate circumstances. Alright, so I'll be coming back here a lot, so I have to find whoever it is that killed Isidore and Simon. And I wanted to ask for your help. Sobrov told me you have a gift for all manner of investigative inquiry. Let's see, yeah, later. Alright. I am certainly no better investigator than you. I never had a chance to search for a murderer before. The best I can offer is to fill in the blanks with whatever mysterious supernatural entities seem most fitting. Sabnek, Adder, or a Dyer. Oh, oh. Die. Yes, yes, a Dyer. Is the simple man's scarecrow. I would have followed a different narrative. Actually, don't look like that. Ogles are a thing in this world. Those weird creatures starting to make sense. Weird universe. What kind of narrative considered as what kind of excuse me, what kind of narrative considered the circumstances of his death? Oh, narrate sounds more better. Storytelling. Alright, they said Simon had locked himself up in the evening and consequently died in the morning inside the mansion in a chamber with some peculiar name. What's that word? The one you just said. Peculiar name. Should talk more about this thing if I do this. Last time. Is this more? Don't know what this one does. So we'll talk about the other guy. Yes, yes. Okay. Because Simon and Isidore, right? They're both dead. I should really keep up with the story. Sabnek Eder, you mean? Adair. I should say Adair. Sapnek Adair, you mean? The step demonology describes it as a kind of golem, belched up by the earth to punish all manner of delinquency. Excuse me. It is shaped as a young woman, but made of clay and exhumed bone matter. An unnerving concept, is it not? I've always suspected that primitive worldviews still exist in the remote corners of our country, but I couldn't imagine they would be so active. Yeah, you could say the same in this world, but these people actually have to play their part. I've noticed that even if people are useless in life, they still have a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. There's a reason for everything that's happening, but the biggest reason is why the fuck are we here? Um, and then give more reasons. We have to accordingly go crazy to the world. How the world is, you understand? Uh, Sexual attraction, for instance, and all that. That's weird, man. That's weird to me. I just don't get it. It's so weird. Um, I knew you would be exasperated by this discussion. Sacrifices, bovine tails, handfuls of milk teeth in a glass beaker. You may forgive this to children and may forgive this to children and step people, yet having the same notion deteriorated by some surrounded by books on natural history. This must be quite vexing. How could you explain this? How would you explain this? Hmm. Surrounded by books on natural history. Studying history is good, but the thing people need to learn first, the first step is self control, is basically knowing what you can handle, what you can't handle, where's your limit, and how far can you go and how far do you want to go with the subject. Because sometimes people grow a little bit darker than when they, if they look back at them before they studied history or human history, some things in history are pretty dark because it all, it coexists, so that's a problem. But it's not actually. It's just part of life, I guess. But it's still not. It's still bad. You know what I'm saying? Still not good. The answer is bound to irritate you even more. The tales are true. Bah, you are joking, of course. So you believe all that yourself too? Yeah, same answer, but much more nicer. The thing is that if people are useless, or there's a reason why they are useless. It's like the story I told a little while in the hater video. Um, the two people I was separating. I was saying this guy went through this situation, this guy went through this situation. Somebody got their ass kicked. I know if I say something bad in my video, like fuck you, people leave right away. If I say you're dumb, they leave right away. They never let you explain why you're talking like that. Because most people in life give you one answer and then just walk away. They leave you kind of questioning, speculating, and with your own thoughts. So you can't really see their point of view, how they thought of that. You understand what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, everybody has a purpose, and we can see, for instance, that if people stay indoors too much, um, that they have a lack of vitamin D, for instance, and their skin becomes pale. You see what I mean? We learn from them still, even if they don't know it yet. I do hyperbolize a little. It is beyond debate that Sapnik Adair exists. What is du- what is dubious though is that bovine tails and milk teeth offer genuine protection from her, which is to say, sympathetic contra- contrivances. I think that's it. Like this may be of some use to children and people from the steppe, but are explicitly in. Oh, this one is difficult. Inefficacious? Is that it? I tried. For someone like you and me, we are too literate, too deprived of the scripture, codified in ancient soil. I was going to talk about depriving yourself too, but it depends from what. I've been watching a lot of Bear Grylls lately. I don't know why. It's when I'm uploading, I really have nothing to do. I'm like, I shouldn't waste internet because when I render, I can't do anything. But yes, depriving yourself from time to time is good too, because you'll feel again and again, and you feel more, or this feeling is the same all the way through. It can feel different to you, but the feeling is the same all the way through. It's like, for instance, you're eating vegetables all the time. You change your diet, whatever. You eat vegetables now all the time, more healthier, more vitamins. But then once in a while you get some McDonald's or Kentucky. You know what I mean? So depriving yourself from food or anything like that can actually give you like a moral boost because it doesn't take a lot to make a human happy, and it's a good thing as well. But yeah, depriving yourself helps too. Also, it gives you discipline. So more words follow through. The scripture codified, yes, codified in ancient soil. So Am I supposed to write off a bad harvest, a sign that the steppe spirits are angry now? For crying out loud, Yulia, you are a mystic. Sobrov is mocking me. Oh yeah, I just remembered what I was going to say that a little while. Um, yeah, so I was pointing out that this guy had experiences. Sorry, I was thinking about like how do I get back to the subject, but I couldn't finish my words, so I did it in my thoughts quickly. Yeah, so I was gonna say that that guy went through an experience in the hater video. That guy went through an experience. That guy went through an experience. He got his ass kicked. That was me being sarcastic. They can both be the same person as well. Like it depends on your genes, your influences. Definitely your influences, because sometimes you take little from your genes. You look like your dad. You look like your mom. You have these features of them. You like sports. Your dad used to play basketball in high school. You like the same thing. Those kind of things. Behaviors can be absorbed as well. But it's also inspiration and influences and yeah. So those determine who you're really going to be. You're still forming yourself. You're not completely you yet. You're still figuring that out. Yeah. So it all takes time. So they could be the same person. These both these people can be the same person. That's what I meant in the hater video. But they can also be separate being. They can also, life could be totally different, but it depends what kind of opportunities, choices, and steps you make, and what kind of practice you apply to your rule. So, am I supposed to write off a bad harvest as a sign that the step spirits are angry? I think yeah, I read this already. Sorry, I'm trying to get it all out. I'm sorry. I do this all the time. All right, let's get to the point. Okay, you have a mistake, mocking me, so angry now. We have no choice but to acknowledge the rules enforced by the step. We try to ignore these rules to place ourselves into the framework of advanced modernity. To no avail. You can call these demons what you want. You may refer to the hair eater as time. If this will make you any happier, I am comfortable with a more juvenile vernacular. Yes, last time I said this too. It sounds like there should be more behind this. Juvenile vernacular. It is what I am used to. Yeah, it is what I'm used to. Sorry. Um, I will find. I will. Is it? I'm reading this incorrectly. So rational. I will find a rational explanation for the crimes of this man-eater by the evening, if you help me, of course. You are repeating something that Isidore once told me, almost word for word. By the way, I find this murder far more infuriating than Simon's. Actually, she would agree. Yeah, there you go. In this case, I would suggest that Simon was poisoned by the Kings. I would have thought, but I don't know their family all too well. Their mutual loyalty is only rivaled by their arrogance towards anyone who is not one of them. They told me princely princely sage who stands at the head of their family in the highest esteem. They believe that a single dishonorable act will tarnish their name for generations to come. I doubt any of them would have stooped to this, no matter whether they wanted to or not. Poisoned? How did you arrive at this conclusion? But wanted, they want to do it. I mean, but did they want to do it? I mean, sorry. I really need my. God damn it. I need glasses. Alright, here's the dark secret. Years of being on YouTube and staring at a screen, my eyes just gone bad. With as many problems I had, sometimes the word changes. It's okay. I'll give you an what is it called? This is gonna sound weird. Exactly. That's my point. This is called, I think, the Mandela effect. Um, is words weird spelled weird, or is it spelled weird? WIERD or WEIRD? Go ahead, Google. Let's see who's correct. Is it Berenstein or Berenstein? Go ahead, Google. People, this is the Mandela effect. I have that from time to time with words too. How did you arrive at this conclusion? I don't believe you understand what "he died in focus" really implies. Do you know what the Keynes refer to as focus? You don't seem to grasp the systematics of the term. These are the Keynes for you. These kind of innuendos are their forte. Well, what is this focus then? You see, now I didn't have trouble reading. Sometimes my brain's funny. Uh, and I make up so many excuses. It's so great. The focus is anything but an abstraction. Quite the opposite, in fact. It is governed by mathematically rigid regularities, you see. No one but the owner of a focus may get inside. Focus. This is only. This can only mean that Simon had brought the killer with him, or rather, within him, since no physical object may be brought into focus either. How do you know that? Who doesn't? The Keynes are notoriously passionate about the manner of synthetic anomalies. If they will never pass up the opportunity to devise a Kunst, I think this sounds. I'm sorry to say this word Kunstwerk. Kunstwerk. All right, I was stuttering here the last time, and if you say the first word the whole time, some people get offended by that word, but it's basically what you let in. So watch out for that. Nothing should offend you here, by the way. That's what I meant. Um, that would allow them to to warp space, challenge physics. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna tell me about Isaac Newton. All right, physics or manipulate optics. Metaphysically, a focus can be compared to a camera obscura. Do note that the name is not unfitting. No, it is entirely impossible for someone to get inside. A curious conclusion, but an incorrect one. Simon was disfigured and bleeding. His bones were broken, and you're also not allowed to eat or drink. But that makes one suspect foul play in regard to Isidore's death. Had he been sorry, he had been stabbed after all. Is that incorrect? Is that so? Well, this does introduce a different perspective. Did you say Isidore was the last person to see Simon? The question is, who did he see before? The sun had not yet set when Isidore returned from the steppe. However, he came to Simon well after midnight. The question naturally arises, where did he spend his missing few hours? Hmm. The other guy did mention on the way from traveling to his house to there or something. Huh. I don't trust that other guy. That is why I'm trying to trace Isidore's steps. I want to walk the same route. Or route. I say route. Router? Yeah, route sounds good. Route 66. Yeah, that's it. Don't get me wrong though. Sometimes old songs can remember me. Old words. How do you know all that? Uh, how do you know all that? So route. Don't get me wrong. You know all that. Why do you keep asking the same? All right. Don't get me wrong. Was Isidore seen with Sobrov by any chance? He was. He warned Sobrov of an upcoming storm. I don't know. Sobrov interpreted his coming as an omen of an upcoming unrest among the workers. Hmm. Yeah. All right. Let me suggest then that while he was in the steppe, he saw or learned something that he wanted to report to all three ruling families. In this case, either of the Olgimsky family should have been on his itinerary, especially since Burak was one of their own men. This one's a killer. This one got me the last time. Oh, fuck you. May I never see you again. Look here. Two I's and two R's. American English. Right. Sorry. Is it really or is it rally? Alright. Is it laughter or is it laughter? I don't know. Definitely. The whole project from the abattoir to the railway is controlled by the Olgimsky family. If Isidore discovers if Isidore's discovery had anything at all to do kin with the kin, Isidore would have certainly relayed it to Vlad. So do you so do make sure to pay a visit to the lump. That's the name of the Olgimsky mansion. Another fitting name, wouldn't you agree? Oh, I just got it. Oh yeah, I was there just now. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's the alcohol. They're banned weirdly. All right. Thank you, Yulia. What would I do without you? I don't know. Get a real job? I don't fucking know. All right, so we can still talk to her.
Yes.
Yes. Um. Yes. Traveled, both brutally murdered. I already read this, as you can see. I hope you didn't forget, because sometimes I like to say a lot of stuff between the lines. So sorry for that one. I guess that's just my style now. I doubt I can do it on my own. Tell me, plain and simple, what do you make of all of this? Yeah. So I have heard, a wisecrack. I know, I know, says that while you are trying to complete the portrait of the killer is busy painting yours. Hilarious, is it not? I should stop doing retarded stuff in the middle. Alright, the hunter becomes the hunted. Ah, it's much better. She's gonna keep doing that, by the way. She's gonna do this twice, I think, in this line. Something about gravitational pull or something. However, to put it bluntly, you have become the keynote of this particular plot. The, the intrigue is so rich, it will keep you busy for a week, if not longer than that. What would you do if you were me? Oh, really? And you are singing the same tune too? First they flaunt me. Sorry. First they flaunt some clairvoyance before me. Well, clairvoyant actually, because there was just one, right? These women are weird, yeah. They have their own group, own little group. This will be mentioned later. Uh, let's see. This says rough. If you were me, I don't know why. Oh, I take it you have met Katrina already. I urge you to take her prophecy seriously. You see, as dubious a factor as any prophecy is, Katrina's were always frightfully spot on. Yes, I believe you. Which means we should not arbitrarily disregard them. Damn, what a tongue twister. If nothing else, if nothing else. Sorry, sometimes I really like, oh, there's more lines here, but it's not true. It's stupid. Alright, things like this can drive you mental, especially with a backdrop of primitive relics. I'm used to paying attention to honest people with a skeptical mind. Let us change the subject. You know, some people who are just I say good stuff from time to time, or actually a lot of times, but that's just it. It's like something has to be wrong on the side. I know all the difficult things, how to think. Well, not all the difficult things, because I have to be cautious what I say here. I know a criminal's mentality, for instance, but I don't know what taking a vacation is, for instance. Like I have that. I'm weirdly programmed like that, and I don't know why. I can figure it out. I mean, that's what I always do. I figure things out. I'm not good at puzzling games, but if you give me time, I'll figure it out. Let's see. Things mental, especially relics. Ancient people, skeptical mind. Let's change the subject. No, let's go in. The world is defined by a plethora of casual relationships. These casualties, I keep seeing however, are located at different tiers of human perception. There is a tier where people may change them instinctively. Yeah, read correctly. Due to their insane prospens sorry the sound propensity for acting in a reasonable egocentric manner. Oh, I should really turn the sound on actually. But I can't do it from here. No. Also, I left the battery recharger in. I'm not gonna do it all over again. I've learned my lesson. I hate being limited like that. Egocentric manner and the skill of this tier is neglectably insignificant in layman's term. Catching a glass before it touches the floor does not mean the glass wouldn't break within within next few minutes. Within the next few minutes. All right, just put a D there. All right, elaborate on that, please. I don't understand. But this is what I meant with Isaac Newton's, this layman's terms. Oops, dropped the ball in the opposite direction of the Earth. All right, and in the universe. Well, I didn't let the glass break, did I? Or I hate this sound. That why is it a thing? Or is it connected? I've changed indistinctively. I've changed indistinctively. Yes, people do accordingly change. Like for instance, if you smoke a lot of cigarettes and you're like trying to stop smoking cigarettes, you automatically put things in your mouth. You instinctively program yourself that way. I hope this makes sense. It should make sense to smart people and people that have been neglected. Um, yeah, I'm always trying to think on both sides level, and by degrees of thinking, I mean, um, let me say, let me use a different word here. Let's see if I can find it though. Um, Here, for instance, rivers, oceans, ponds. These are all the same thing actually, because it has to do. The concept is still the same, water, but you say it differently. How do you call that? It's a word that means the same, but in degrees you think differently. I don't have an example yet, but I'll wait for it. I hope my brain like turns on for a second. All right, take my own death for instance. It depends on a myriad of. I think this is correct. Myriad, myriad, myriad. On a myriad of contingent coincidences in our town, such as in our town. Such coincidences have put together several women whose inexplicable. Oh God. Oh, inexplicable aptitude allows them to see the whole chain of cause effect connections. They also see where the chain would lead, which is to my death. How's that for an example? Uh, Water, H2O, no, not that. Hmm. You have words, but you say it differently, but it sounds smarter. Here, like what I'm doing right now. It's annoying, or it's irritating, or it's aggravating. You understand degrees of thinking? I've been trying to explain that in the hater video as well. I've tried to explain it. I once explained about bread and water, trying to get that correct. But I was like, what is less? What does everyone understand in general? This is very difficult to think as well, so that everyone understands you, because you understand me, but that guy doesn't. And that other guy, and that guy understands me slightly, and then that guy slightly more, and whatever. Everybody's slightly. All right. So, but what about free will? Can the people that can affect this tragic event change the course of causes and coincidences? Who are these women? Women and woman. Is this the same word, or is this another one of that Mandela effect or Mandela effect, or what it's called? I call it Mandela effect. I don't know why. God dang it. I think it's Mandela. No, it's Mandela effect. I think it's called Mandela. Damn it! I suck. All right. Of course, people try to change course, positive coincidences. If a mistress were to intuit that there it if a mistress were to intuit that there is no man, oh god, the line is so horrible, is no man or woman capable of breaking or mending these kinds of connections. Oh, I hate reading like that. Or mending these kind of connections. I never read with personalities. Sometimes I try to do that. With terrifying. What do you mean? These kind of connections. She would not hesitate to reveal the future. Her account would be exhaustive at times, but it is more likely to be somewhat vague. This is merely speculation, though I won't be surprised if reality proves to be much more terrifying than that. See, why not just give something that ends good? Alright, I'm just complaining, I'm sorry. I love complaining. When I was 13 years old, I said, today I'm never going to stop complaining. I never complained. I swear to God, I never go. I was always a child that was like, okay, and if something happened, I would just cry. I would not complain. I would just cry. But ever since I was 13 years old, the moment I went to New York, I said I'm gonna complain, and that's what I've been doing it, my entire life right now. Like that's been it. Complaining, complaining, complaining. Ugh. I'm good at predicting stuff too, because it's obvious. If you learn to think like this, you have to shape that world for yourself, that mindset. Terrifying. What do you mean? Oh, good heavens! To think this woman has been introduced to me as a skeptic and an analyst. Terrifying. What do you mean? Is someone fake? Technology though. I won't describe it. Terrifying. And that. Mistress Intuit breaking many connections. Terrifying. Go away sound! It's such a trippy sound as well. I'd rather not entertain the thought. The world is so small, perhaps. This is what I mean. The world is so small, perhaps. And we have so little time left. How do I read like that? I really wonder. I have to practice that. Um, that all that lies ahead may be foreseen in the most minute detail. Someone may be sitting somewhere this very moment and seeing everything that we are doomed to suffer. And seeing everything that we are doomed to suffer. This doesn't make sense. Tell me, Julia, are there people that I can talk to directly without revelations or allegories in town? No, I don't want to believe this. Okay. If you want my advice, I wouldn't trust that. I wouldn't trust what I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. I wouldn't trust what our viewers tell you. The perpetual. I bet people are. That's why you showed up. That's why I have more viewers all of a sudden. The perpetual triangle of influence means that every party concerned will do their best to use your authority to their own benefit. I'm not that conceited. Perhaps people of lower standing would not try to use me. Oh no, that's the trick. Alright, she's gonna explain why. It is more likely that people of such standing will be much too scared to cooperate. Given your position, you may. I always think cooperate, but it's cooperate. Cooperate. Quiz the Coopers. Given your position, you may want to try your luck with the shadow cabinet of local nobility, the women of or woman of influences. They know much more than the simple townsfolk, yet they care much less than the families in power. Sometimes these things throw me off too. Woman or it means the same thing. You say the same. An A doesn't appear here, right? Or woman? No, no, no. That's not. It's the same word. Woman and women. It's the same freaking. Oh God, I have many problems. All right. Who are these ladies? Who are these lady aristocrats? My position. Four of them. Lady aristocrats. Such a way of saying it. I know I'm so smooth. Stupid. Alright. It will be of relevance strictly within the specific context of value and perceptions, characteristic of a backwoods hole like ours. The catch is that the aristocracy, yeah, is not defined by birthright here. Ah, I see. Rather, the status. See, I'm going blind. I see. This is bright for me for a second. All right. Rather, the status is granted by the degree of enigmatic fascination. I know what it means. I swear. I don't know why I made a mistake there. That a woman is possessed of questionable background, audacity. Yes, I said it correct. I always say odyssey. I don't know why. Of demeanor. Of demeanor. Yes. You know the whole assortment. I don't know. I'm not even here. All right. Do tell me who these affluent ladies are. Laura, Eva, yours truly, and last but not least, Maria. I wouldn't listen to Katrina if I were you. Her morphine habit has turned her into a walking corpse. My God, the walkers. The others, however, however, are liable to deceive. You don't like being lied to, do you? I can't stand it. It is better to die than to lie. Alright, I always take this one. Can't say I care much. Can't say I care how much I can live with it. I'd rather die. I see. Perhaps you like being played with then. Even less so. Oh my god, yes, it worked! Alright, cool. I went in the subject. Normally it ends there. In this case, Maria seems to be your best bet. She's too arrogant to lie, and too respectful to dare play with you. You should value the affection of someone this proud. Oh, I was gonna be here anyways. Alright, but I digress. Exactly, I digress. What is your intention? Intention? Intended course of action. I see. I need to think. If you please, I will ask more questions if something else crosses my mind. Especially since you are one of the lady of aristocrats. It aristocrats. No, that's pyromancy. Sorry, I confuse these two together sometimes. It depends. Burn them. Witches. It depends. It seems that the Gaines have been sound so considerate as to promote me to rank of bait. Yes, rank of bait. I see. There is no need for any special efforts to play the role. The main thing is to not be available. Oh. See, especially since you are one of the lady. Oh, so the subject is. I think question crossed my mind, especially since one of the lady aristocrats. Depends. See, the case promoted the rank me to bait. I see.
I'm afraid it's natural. Simon was doomed.
Peter Natural. More like. Okay. Um, I've yet to meet anyone who could help me in the slightest way to find a killer. She's even holding it like an attraction ride. You saw that? She was like, "Oh," and then, do you want? Do you have any relevant experience? No, not really. Do you know how a murder may be found? I don't know. You Google it? Not really. But I hunt the killer of all killers in my laboratory. Don't be weird. Looking for killers laboratory, huh? Yeah, that's what I call it too. Looking for killers in the. Whoa, that sounded really dark. Okay, looking for killers is the duty of law enforcement officers. I didn't mean to say it like that. I was like laboratory, and then I thought, thinking about maybe I should. Laboratory is also toilet, right? But a lab, but that's a dog too. No, that's a Labrador. Damn it, brain. All right, I am only willing to assist them in any way I can. Hmm. In Dexter's lab. I don't do killer hunting. I'm a scientist. Yeah. Looking for killers to do with law enforcement. I'm only willing to assist the way I can. No, I'm a fucking scientist, bitch. By the way, I know a girl like this, but I don't know a girl like this. I just know this one right here. The same hair color too, same facial structure. Doesn't really fit with the picture actually. Not because of the color hair, it's just that. It's weird. It's like when people make themselves animated and they look better as an anime. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Oh, that's like an insult, but not this. This is pretty good. All right. Incidentally, it is more than possible that the killer is hiding in the house of Anna Angel, a thespian of sorts. Now, here is another woman worthy of attention. In fact, I heard some ghastly man covered in blood was seen entering her house today. Phew, made it through that line. All right. How do you know this? What kind of woman is Anna Angel? I should stop bothering myself with that. I really should. But I'm a human. I keep lying. Or I'm not sure. I refer back to this again. I made it muscle memory. No. How do you know this? What kind of woman is Anna Angel? Yeah, what kind of woman is she? I struggle to imagine a person whose name is less reflective of her inner self. an unforgiving description. So there's a bloodied man hiding in her house. Where would that be? Where is the house? Unforgiving deception. She lives in a manor that once belonged to a family of exiles whose political views led them to a far out town like ours because of some ill-conceived sense of camaraderie. I was like caramel. What the fuck is that word? Um, yeah, camaraderie. They, I thought it was spelled a Y. I see. No, no, it's not. Okay. They were happy to give shelter to a runaway actress as soon as she told them she was persecuted. She was this is when I lose. All right. Told them she was persecuted by the powers that be. A few years later, they died, suspiciously, if you ask me, leaving Willow Mellow, their daughter, in the care of their companion. Willow died soon thereafter. My brain is like, oh man, you should just go forward and just mysteriously. But the truth is that the last time we with the kid, the Revolver Ocelot kid, um, Willow Mellow is actually a person, and he was like jokingly saying, making fun about that. So mysteriously. They all died of natural causes, allegedly, even though Willow was buried in a tightly closed coffin. The body was examined by Isidore Barak, who, however, damn it, you, and he is not a man who would cover up a crime. Anyway, you would do good to take a look at the house yourself. The manor is known as Willows. It stands by the gullet in Earth. Ah, good, it's on Earth. I think I can spot that on my map then. Anna, huh? Well, I'll get to know her. No, I won't go there. I'm inclined to think that her visitor is another victim rather than the killer. And even if that is unlikely, and even that is unlikely. What you're just saying is then the opposite. They say no to everything here. Alright, Anna, huh? We'll get to know her. I can find Anna. Oh,
I'm afraid I'm of little use now.
no, your words are very nice. I like your words. It's refreshing to hear somebody speak at, with such a good vocabulary. Just waiting for the sound, sorry. Also, marry me. Alright, when you get smarter, you do talk like this from time to time. I'm not gonna lie. When you get smarter, you do start using like, into these most unfortunate circumstances, you do talk like that. I'm not kidding. So, you know, these people are trying to be smart. Alright, could you tell me about Laura? Sometimes I talk like that too. I'd rather not speak on the matter. You will know Laura well enough as soon as you meet her. My relationship with her is complicated. Why is that? As you wish. Why is that? I want to talk more. She's like, oh god, the words, the sentences, the lines. They say that Laura is an angel, an epitome of benevolence and compassion. She sees everyone as a friend. She is too eager. I love this story. It's gonna end up in such beauty. Check this out. To help. Too happy to oblige. After her father died, she turned the rave, the ravel. I was like, exclamation mark. Ravel Mansion into the most hospitable and heartwarming place in town. Long story short, Laura is believed to be the most kindest woman of us all. However, that's not true. I've seen it. She is a woman devastated by grief. All the gifts that she is what? All the gifts that she is so happy to give away are fundamentally offerings to a dead person. She favors the living with something the dead have no use for. Oh shit, that's dark, isn't it? Really? Who is the addressee? Yes, let's go with that. Could it be her late father is merely a speculation, though? Something I was able to conjure from what observations I made. So Laura is no angel? uh, Great observation. But philanthropy is almost reprehensible. She pities everyone she comes across, for she knows they will all die just like her dearly departed. She sees a corpse in everyone she looks upon. Yeah, me too. Well, you're all dead. Fuck 'em. I can't say I appreciate it, but that being said, she will certainly be of great help to you and your inquiry. You know what? People don't really watch Area 51, so I'm just going to say it here. Alright, let's see. Departed, everyone, corpse. Ah, yes, we're talking about death. Reincarnation. People are close. Some people say you come back as Christ comes back as Christ. No, no, no. Somebody could look like him. That's the thing. It's like what depictions and they get the close eye on him. They even said this is gonna be weird. They even said, oh, stop it, sound. They even said, oh yes, this is how he went to the toilet. Oh, this is how he did. He was still a normal human being, as being God's son, you know. But yeah, yeah, people can look like each other. Like for instance, Tom Cruise has a stunt double, Eminem has a stunt double. A lot of people have twins walking on this planet. So I have a twin walking on this planet too, which I've seen. He's still growing up. He looks like me when he's younger, and when he gets older, let's see what happens. I'm the older one. I'm original. I'm first. No, that's not true. Maybe your personality, but not your body. Your body's never. No, most things are not original at all. We just have to put two and two together and see what happens. But yes, um, reincarnation is actually a thing, but not with body. It. I mean, you could still. I mean, this is always the joke here. Is that it can and it can't, but it depends. Well, how it goes, the directions and all that. I see. Yeah. So
Yes.
you do come back as a human being. I mean, you do come back as maybe not yourself, but in another. You can look. You, I almost said a Dutch word there. It's like okay, so you're you right now, right? You're that person right now. You're that guy, right? Your life is like that. I don't know who you are. To you, the viewer, you're that person. But when you go, you don't remember, and you have a new body. You're in a new body. Sounds weird. You won't remember that it's you. Like that's how you fully erase somebody's mind. You and then you adjust to the genes again. You influence, inspiration, all that nonsense again around that subject. But everybody's always like, I hate those goddamn people, and when they die, maybe they will become those people. You understand what I mean? It's complicated. I know it's mind blowing, complicated, but that's how it is. You won't remember that you are you, but you know what I mean, right? Like you're not you at all. You're a different kind of you. You're somebody else totally. You're like, I'll fight for my country, but now you died, and now you're like the other on the other side, and you're like, I'll fight for my country. Still, you're basically this is an ongoing struggle. All right. So yeah, it's the same. I'm just trying to let it sink in for a second. All right. So most important circumstance, yes. Do you like Eva Yan? Nope. The end. Very much. It wouldn't be much of a stretch to say I absolutely admire her. Here's the answer. It's weird. It's Weird, not the other way around. I spell it the other way around. I'm used to having that effect. I am so weirded out by that too. I expected you to have an opinion of her. The Mandalay effect. I think that's what it's called, or Mandela. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'll put it on the screen probably. Um, that does not work unless you have the surprise factor. You know, unless you're like, oh, I always thought it was IERD. Oh, if you don't have the surprise factor and it doesn't blow you away, that's not the Mandela effect. You just fucked up, I guess. You know, if it doesn't surprise you, you have to have that surprise effect. Weird. I expect you to have a different opinion of her. Yeah, same here. She is. She dons the mask of absent-minded promiscuity, but this pose has nothing to do with what she really is. I'd be happy to be friends with her. but she does not understand me, and rightfully so, considering her a menace. Okay, I can't believe my ears. Sooner or later, a fervent believer may emerge from within her, dissolving her completely in the object of her adoration, after which she will probably kill herself. But I'd rather talk no more of that. Okay, cool. Uh, alright.
This girl is a changeling. She's not the murderer.
Hmm. Not quite, but in any case, I hope that getting to know me will not become a problem to you. And it ends.
The most. This girl is a. My arms. There are unseen connections looking through the capricity and tenuity. I'm afraid it's natural. I keep forgetting the most basic things these days.
That's true, I have a basic too. It's a pretty long list. You wanna see my basic, guys? I'll show you my basics. There you go, those are all my basics.
I'm afraid it's natural.
Note it has to do a lot with the mind and what you do. Alright.
What? My arms are flaccid, as if made of cotton wool. This girl is a.
Okay, I got it. There was one more line. My brain, like, it has a sensation like something is missing. That one word she hasn't said yet. But I don't want to waste your time because I talk a lot and shit. I want somebody just to say that you're fine. Just play the Let's Play. I love when you talk like that. Thank you. All right, but nobody does that. All my viewers are silent. Oh, look at me. I'm silent viewers. Ew, boo, boo, boo. Your silence hurts me now. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so yeah, that was a very long conversation. Holy shit. Okay, so I'm going to save here, and I'm going to yeah, stop the recording. So to see if it went well. Otherwise, I have to do this all over again. You've no clues the things I've said and the things I oh, there was so much good stuff. Get out of here. All right, so thank you very much for watching, and until we meet again in the next video, be out.